Alright, first and foremost, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamshai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, that great millstone that rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessing to the elect around the four corners of the earth, man. Me and the brother out here once again, man. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Let the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians know, man, that they the chosen people of the Most High, man. Everybody on the side, man. You know, clear up a lot of lies so-called white man have spread out here, man. According to the Bible, man. You know, clear up a lot of lies that the so-called Christian church is spread, man, that they've been taught, man, through their seminary schools, through their theological studies, man, which is all a curriculum started by the so-called white man, man, they basically COINTELPRO the Bible, man. They counterintelligence these scriptures, man. So they use our own book against us, man, because they know through the spirit our people always gonna cling to this book, man. You know, so they just got our book, man, and they basically use it against us, man. I think I'm on 2 Corinthians. Say breaking down stronghold. I think it's chapter 10. Go ahead.
That kind of Maccabees proves
get that. Get that. First, around 54, 53, 54. Right, man. So that's what we out here to do, man. You know, because like a lot of the pastors, man, they know about and another thing our people have to understand, man. This is not no religion, man. Like they'll label us Hebrew Israelites, man. If you're a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Latino, or Native American Indian, according to the Bible, man, according to your nationality, you a Hebrew Israelite, man. You don't believe in something. Believing in this don't make you an Israelite, man. You know, which you can be in a heathen state of mind, man. You know, but as far as your physical lineage, man, your origin, your heritage, you a Hebrew Israelite, man. If you a Negro, Hispanic, Latino, or Native American, everybody on the side, man. So this ain't no religion where like you got somebody who can be a Muslim or the Christians, man. Which only Israelites can be Christians, but a Mason, all that. This is not no religion, man. This is a nationality, man. Because they'll label us the Hebrew Israelites, man. You'll have a so-called Negro call you Israelite, man, which he don't realize he an Israelite too, man. You got it up?
Yeah. Just sets back of what the brother was saying, how they teach you false doctrine, those seminary schools. And it started back in ancient days during the time of Alexander the Greek. This is 1 Maccabees, chapter 1. I'm going to start at 41. Straight 41?
Yeah,
moreover, King
Antiochus.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, that everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathens agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yay.
Right, but notice what it said too. All the heathen agreed with this too, man. So it ain't just the so-called white man, man. All these heathen nations, the so-called Africans, man, so-called Arabs, so-called Chinese, so-called East Indians, man, they all agreed man, with this plot, man. We're gonna get Psalms 83 too, man. That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, man. You know, so it's just the so-called white man. He like it said, he the forger of lies. It say we gonna get it, but basically it say he the author of mischief against all the Hebrews, man. And he is, man. He just top of the train with it, man. But all the heathen nations agreed in with this back then, and they still in agreement now, man. You know, to keep us from knowing who we are, man, because they know once we come back to our nationality, man, and our law, statutes, and commandments, then we're going to take them down, man. Go ahead, huh?
All right. I'm going to read that over. This is 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agree according to the commandment of the king.
And that's the same doctrine that America pushed today, man, which they'll call it democracy, man. You know, but they even, go ahead, huh? They either make these heathen nations leave their little laws and stuff they got now and live by the American democracy, man. You know, so it all started with us, man. You know, the holy people, man. But that's what you other nations get, man, for going in agreements with this white man, man. You know, so like the scripture said, you had drunk of his wine you had drunk of the wine of his fornication. Now you mad, man. You know, go ahead, huh?
All right. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
And this is what you got today, man. Many of the Israelites consented to his religion, man. And it's way worse today, man. You know, because coming up in our generation, our mother generation, grandma, they didn't know they was Israelites, man. So they didn't even have a chance. They was taught. They was raised like this, man. You know, we was raised consenting to the other religions of the other nations, man. You know, go ahead, huh? So that's what make it way worse today, man. Because back then we knew we was Israelites, but you just had some people who consented, man. Because it made their life easier, man. They didn't want to go through the persecution, man, that was happening then for keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And it's worse than that, man. And because that's another thing. A lot of our people, understand this the truth, man. But they want to continuously to live that life they want to live in America, man. It makes your life easier when you consent to the laws of the white man. He'll put you up in this society, man. You know? Go ahead, huh?
Yea, many also Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
And our people gonna sacrifice unto idols celebrating Christmas, man. Cause that's all our people doing right now is Christmas shopping, man. Christmas shopping, man. You know, and they gonna sacrifice to idols when they putting gifts under their Christmas tree, man. The Bible tells us don't do that, man. Go ahead, huh?
All right, verse 44. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judea that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
So what's the modern day letters they seeing, man? What's the modern day letters they seeing today? That contract, that 501c3 contract that the church under, man. That's the letter they seeing today, man. You can't teach like different things in that 501c3 contract. You can't teach like one race better than another. See, they got a slick way of doing it. You can't teach nationality, man. You know, that's their slick way of you know, they ain't gonna say, oh, you can't teach your people who they really are. Nah, they gonna come up with you can't teach separation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta teach all this, integrate everybody as one, man. Which in the Bible is told against that, man. Go ahead, huh?
And also too, you know, they can't speak against homosexuals and lesbians. They can't speak against that in the church. Right. You got, like I was saying, they got to separate everybody as one people. All right, verse 45. Yeah. Verse 45.
Right, man. So it's way worse of the day. You need some more tissue? Yeah, let's look up in there. There's a lot on that back seat. There's a lot of tissue on that back seat in them bags and stuff. Right, man. So, like I was saying, man, it's way worse today than it is then, man. Our people don't even understand that they going by these other heathen religions, man. Our people actually think when they celebrate Christmas, they actually think they supposed to do that. They think they celebrating the Lord's birthday, man. You know? Go ahead, huh?
And forbidden burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
Right, man. Our people don't even understand when the Sabbath day is, man. You know, go ahead.
Set up altars and groves, and chapels and idols.
And hey, most of the churches built just like those groves, man. That was set up back then, man. A lot of the churches got the obelisk on the top of it, man. You see the big churches with the thing coming, the big pointed thing coming out, man. It's the obelisk, man. It represents the worship of the penis, man. Go ahead, huh?
And sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts.
Right, man. So he had us to sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts on the altar, man. But guess what, man? Our people eat this swine flesh today, man. Not knowing, the preacher will tell them, look, eat everything, man. You know, just pray for it, man. But then, 20 years down the line, when you get old, you got high blood pressure. And the first thing the doctor tell you got to stop eating pork, man. Which is already written in the Bible, man. You know, and it's just going to sacrificing swine flesh on the altar. But our people harder than that now. They eating it, man. You know, go ahead,
that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanity. To the end, this is what the purpose was, to the end that they might forget the law.
And that's going into what we saying, man. Our people have forgotten the law, man. They don't know, they forgot their holy days, man. You know, they don't celebrate, they don't celebrate the Passover, man. The Feast of Dedication. You know, Purim, man. It's a lot of holy days that our people don't even know about, man. And this was done systematically and purposely, man. You know, go ahead.
All right, read that over. To the end that they might forget the law and change all ordinances.
And your churches teach you don't got to keep the law, man. So now you don't even go and read the Old Testament, man. The first thing somebody walk up to, what, that's the old or the new? It's all one in one, man. It's the same, man. Go ahead,
And whosoever would not do according to the king's commandments, he said he should die.
Right. Which they don't got to kill you now, man. Because you doing it not knowing, man. You know? You celebrating all these other, well, you worshiping all these other gods not even knowing, man. Celebrating Easter, man. Go ahead. What you go ahead,
Well, really, that's it. You know, to bring out the point, you know, that it started back then. That the heathen was leaving our people astray.
Read down to verse 53.
All right, come. Verse 51. In the self-same manner, wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people.
Right, man. And you got overseers over all the people now, man. Who you think those overseers are? They gonna have the overseers looking just like you, man. Gonna be one of your people, man. That's why every time something pop up and our people act like they want to raise up, who the main overseers for our people right now, man? Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, man. Anytime like the so-called white man commit a wrongful act against our people, that's why Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson always showing up trying to calm the cries down, man. They the main two overseers right now, man. Go ahead, but they the main two. But your pastors consider overseers, man. The police is in your neighborhood, they overseers not knowing it for the so-called white man, man. The police of our nation, man, he's supposed to really be serving and protecting the community, man. He's supposed to have an attitude come through the community, man. You don't supposed to just like be riding and you got some righteous police out here though. I'm gonna say this, man. You know, you got righteous police out here, man. Cornelius was one, but really the job of a policeman, man, is he really supposed to have the attitude, man. He's supposed to like know everybody in the community, man. Supposed to get out that car, walk to the community, talk to the old people, talk to the young, man. You know, uplift them, man. Not look at them as a prey, man. You know. But your politicians are overseers, man. You know, these are overseers, man. They oversee, and they don't even realize the spell they under, man. No, go ahead,
Commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city to city. Then many of the people was gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land.
Right. Go ahead.
And drove the Israelites into secret places.
See, so they drove us into secret places back then, man. Go ahead.
Even wheresoever they could flee for succor.
Right. Keep reading, keep reading. We're going to read down to verse 57.
All right. Now, the 15th day of the month of Council, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altars.
Right. So they set up they set up to where we stored sacrifices. They set up swine's flesh on the altar, man. And you had Israelites that consented and was doing it, man. Just like today, man. You got the churches, you got the Israelites consented to, they're gonna have your Christmas program, your Easter. That's spiritual. They don't understand what they doing spiritually, man. They sacrifice to other gods spiritually when you and physically, man. When you celebrate those days, man. Go ahead. Because the church is supposed to be the place where, okay, so-called place where people go to worship the Lord, man. But then they don't even understand a system already set up to where they sacrifice to these gods not even knowing, man. You know, go ahead, But that's what the men of the Lord set out here to do, man. To set the record straight, man. You know, if people who listen and think, okay, just talking, once you hear brothers say something, man, or sisters, just go back and do your research and look it up, man. Look up the origin of Christmas. Look up the origin of Easter, man. The origin of Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all these so-called holidays, and see what's the origin of them, man. Go ahead, bro.
And built idol altars throughout all the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their house and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law. See,
they rent in pieces the books of the law, man. And this book I got in my hand, man. The so-called white man took this book out of the Bible, man. 1800s, man. It's called the Apocrypha, man, which means hidden, man. You know. This why, and see what you missing this, you ain't gonna even understand the New Testament, man. And then you ain't gonna understand who the so-called white man is according to the scripture when he's beginning to rule, man. Unless you have this book, man. This book lined right up when Alexander the Greek came with the Grecian Empire, and the so-called white man started to rule on the face of the earth, man. Go ahead, and this is the brother reading right now, man. You can look at this same thing this brother reading right now. You don't even gotta. You can just look up Antiochus Epiphanes, one of Alexander's generals, and look up the history on him, man. And then you go right back. It's in this Bible, man. This is why they took this book out, though, man. Go ahead, bro.
Also, I want to piggyback on what the brother was saying. Also, when you read the New Testament without the understanding of the Apocrypha during the time of the Maccabees, the New Testament have you thinking that Pontius Pilate, he really didn't want to hurt the Lord. You know, it makes sense. Like he said he washed his hand from it, but you know, it don't. You missed the point where when the Grecians and the Roman came, that's what it takes out. It takes that out.
It's like today, you got the so-called white man say, look at all that crime they committed. We ain't killing them. Like he ain't guilty of it, but he already got the system set up. Just like the brother was saying, the Romans already had a system set up, man. They had put Herod as king, and he was an Edomite, man. They had different Pilate was a governor of our people, of the land, man. So he was the overseer, man. He already know them people he had, them Sadducees that was in the temple, man, and the wicked Pharisees. They was under his command. Why you think they went to him before they can even do anything to the Lord, man? Go ahead,
read that out.
Just like today, if you get a license to kill by the so-called white man, you good, man. You join the police force, you join the army, the white man give you a license to kill, and you good, man. It's the same system set up again, man. Go ahead, bro.
Let me read 56 over. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
Well, they ain't burnt this, they just pulled it out of there, man. They pulled it out, man. Go ahead, bro.
And whosoever was found with any of the books of the Testament or of any committed to the laws, the king's commandment was that they should be put to death.
Right, man. But what we read last week in Revelation 11, man, they can't touch the men of the Lord right now, man. You You know, the Lord got us protected, man. Go ahead. I've been going back to Isaiah 32. Your teachers, you should see the eyes of your teachers, man. We was talking about they gonna be in a they should not be pushed into a corner no more, man. Going back to where the people who went with us, they fled and we was hiding, man. Now we back at the end times. Hey, the Lord got the holy angels protecting his men, man. It can't nothing nobody do, man. You know, into this gospel preaching to the whole world. Then the Lord gonna let the certain men get tested. Certain men gonna be martyrs, gonna be put in prison. But right now, the Lord's word has to go out freely, man. Go ahead, bro.
Thus did they, by their authority, unto Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities.
Right, man. They done this every month, man. Just like last month, I had people celebrated Thanksgiving, not knowing what they celebrate, man. Thanksgiving, the so-called white man celebrated Thanksgiving every time he slaughtered Indians, man. Anytime he went and slaughtered a village, so they was just like it's saying every day when they was doing this what it was every day, every month. So-called white, just like with Thanksgiving, man. Whenever when the so-called white man went and slaughtered some Native American Indians, they call it a Thanksgiving, man. Just had Abraham Lincoln just came up with, look, we're going to make this a one-day thing, man. We're going to make it a holiday for one day of the year, man. You know, a national holiday, man. But they was doing this every time they was celebrating Thanksgiving, every time they slaughtered the so-called Native American Indians, man. You know, the so-called Seminole Indians, man. Go ahead,
Now, the 5th and 20th day of the month, they did sacrifice unto the idols, unto idols' altar, which was upon the altar of the Most High.
Right, man, because that's what the so-called white man did, man. All he did was got the gods of the other nations, switched the names of them up, man, and made them his gods, man. You know, but you see how they celebrate this on the 25th, man. Go ahead.
At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised.
So, for you so-called Native American, Negro, Hispanic, and Latino women, man, you need to know this history, man. And how are they doing this today, man? With that whole immigration thing, man, they separating the children from their parents, man. And then we know how the so-called white man get down. He'll turn them kids into sex slaves. You know what I'm saying? He'll sacrifice them, man. You know? Same people, man. Go ahead, Right, man. Take their organs, man. Then the brother showed me a video how they had a little Israelite child in court, man, which he was a Hispanic, man. Had him in court by himself, man. He got this proud Edomite judge asking him questions, man. Like he old enough to know what's really going on, man.
That child was like 6 years old.
Right, man. So
they didn't understand English.
Right, man. So when I read that scripture in Psalms when they say, happy is he when he should dash their little one's head against the stones, man, I feel it, man. I feel that, man. For real, man, because I got kids, man. I got kids, man. Go ahead,
That's what they did to the women that circumcised their sons. And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their house and slew them that had circumcised their kids.
Right, man. Right. So they done this physical, but guess how they got our women so tricked in the mind now, man? They'll go have abortions, man. They won't even let the child be born, man. A woman wouldn't be able to get an abortion if it wasn't laws in abortion clinics for women to get abortions, man. So all that blame, okay, the woman get the blame somehow, but most of the blame go on the so-called white man, man. Ain't no blood washed from your hands, man. Right. You gonna pay for all this, man. That's it on it. That's 57. Okay.
I bet many in Israel was fully resolved and confirmed in themselves that not to eat any unclean thing.
Right, man. Going back to eating unclean things. Now our people think eating lobster, crab, and all that is a delicacy, man. They think you balling by eating that now, man. That's how tricked they got. That's how lost our people are, man. But It ain't that we here to down our people, just here to show how the white, because we was in that, we was lost, man. We came up eating pork, man, and shrimp and catfish, man. You know, but we learned this truth. And once you learn this truth, man, you want to share it and teach it with your people, man. But going back into that point, going back into the verse when he read, they hang the women, well, they hang the infants, man, and kill the women just for circumcising their kids, man. See, and we understand it was, but what they did during slavery, man. This who proved it. This how proved these the same people, man. They was feeding they was feeding the babies to alligators, man. You know, the woman to be pregnant, they'll cut her stomach open. Better if it's a boy or girl, and stump the baby head, man. They'll take the woman, tie each one of her arms to a horse, each one of her legs to a horse, and let the horse run in different ways, man, and snatch the body apart, man. It's all type of atrocities the so-called white man was committing, which is why I'm bringing this point up to the point to where down the line they just installed that fear in the women and the men until we at this point now, man. You know, that fear still in our people, man. They don't even understand. Go ahead, I'm
gonna read 62 again, and we'll go right into 63. How about many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing, wherefore they rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meat, and that they might not defile the holy covenant, so they died.
Right, man, and this the mind frame our people got to get in, man. We got to be willing to die for what we believe in, man.
Right.
How can you want your children to be raised in this wicked world, man? They pushing laws for homosexuals, lesbians, man. Who want their child to be that, man? So our people got to start back standing up for what's right and be willing to die for a righteous cause, man. You put your life on the line just to have a good car or a house, man. Put your life on the line for your kids to live a righteous life, man. For your people as a whole, man. That's it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 2. That's what's wrong, man. Stop being fearful, man. But that's what the reason why that fear is in our people, man. This what take that fear out of you right here, man. This word, man. You got to fear the Lord more than you fear this world, man. More than you fear the so-called white man, man.
All right, what you want from 2 Maccabees?
Start at the top.
All right. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 1, right?
Chapter 2.
It's not, oh, I got chapter 2, verse 1. It is also found in the records that Jeremiah the prophet commanded them that was carried away to take of the fire as it has been signified.
Right, man. So this going into when the Babylonians was coming in to take us down, man. And Jeremiah was telling our people, man, look, man, this gonna happen, man. And they ain't want to listen, man. Just like we telling our people today, look, the so-called white man kingdom, America, is finna go down, man. You know, America is the forefront for the kingdom, man. But you got the EU and NATO, man. That's the so-called white. See, what our people don't understand, the white man living in his kingdom, man. When the Lord set up the kingdom of heaven on earth, it's going to be the Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American kingdoms, man. And we going to live good, man. And everybody going to be our servants, man. So this is something that people have to understand, man. Yeah, you work for the so-called white man, and okay, we serving something. It's the curse the Lord put up on us, man. But understand that he your enemy and you can't trust him. You don't have to let him know that, but you need to know this in your mind, man. Go ahead, Art. You good. Take your time.
And how, it's back in 2 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 2. And how that the prophets, having given them the law, charged them not to forget the commandments of the Most High.
And we just read, man. See, in the time when Jeremiah, this was, but you see, this in the Maccabees, man. But why is this reiterated in the Maccabees, man? Because we just read about what Antiochus was doing, man. They came up with a plot so that we can forget the law, man. And our people have forgotten the law today, man. You don't supposed to be celebrating Christmas, man. You don't suppose that nowhere in the Bible is Christmas, man, where they celebrated Christmas, man. When the Lord was born, okay, our people went and gave reverence to him, man. But nowhere else after that did you see them made that a day where they kept celebrating that, man. What do a Christmas tree, putting gifts under a Christmas tree, have to do with celebrating the Lord's birthday, man?
The Lord's birthday was a secret because the wicked king was trying to kill the Lord.
Come.
I got a scripture in Jeremiah where he speaks about Christmas. Show that scripture. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Say what
Yeah, say where you at. Speak up loud, too.
I'm in Jeremiah verse 10.
Speak a little louder, cuz.
I'm in Jeremiah verse 10.
Chapter 10.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed.
Right, man, so hold on right quick, cuz. Right, man, so the brother read from Jeremiah chapter 10, man. It say, hear ye the word, O ye children of Israel, man. Learn not the way of the heathen, man. Go ahead, huh? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
The customs of the people are vain.
See, the customs of the other nations are vain, man. So celebrating Christmas is vain, man. That's not in the Bible, man. Yeah, we believe in the Lord, man.
Christmas, the celebration of Christmas is in the Bible telling you not to do it.
Right, man. Go ahead. And we read, and this is spirit, man, because the brother, we read on things Jeremiah was commanding our people what the brother just left off in the Maccabees, man. Right. You know, now we reading the book of Jeremiah, man. Go ahead, I read that from the top again.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Right, so say, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. You know, because you got a lot of people like to get into the astrology, man. You know, be not dismayed at the sign of heaven, man. Go ahead, Go ahead, bro. See, the heathens are dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. But the scriptures tell us don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. You know, go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Right.
For what cutting the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands, and working with the hands, and making with silver and with gold, and resting with the hands and the hands.
Right, man. So Jeremiah chapter 10 let our people know not to celebrate Christmas, man. Because the heathens and what you celebrate Christmas as, man, with that Christmas tree and putting gifts on it, man. This was celebrated way before the Lord even came, man. This was celebrated like probably like 700 years, man, where Jeremiah speaking on it, 700 years before the Lord even came up on the scene, man. But it was celebrated way before then, man. Go ahead, huh? Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
We back in 2 Maccabees chapter 2. I'm going to read verse 2 over. How that the prophet, having given them the law, charged them not to forget the commandments of the Most High.
So that's what we doing, man. We showing our people in the Bible, man, what it say, man, and bringing them back in remembrance of it, man, because we forgot it, man. We forgot it, man. But we have learned it through the Spirit of the Lord, and now we're teaching our people so that they can remember these laws and start to keep them, man. Because this system was set up And where we forgot the law, man, to the point to where when our parents were born, they was teaching us contrary to this Bible, not even knowing it, man. When they had us celebrate Christmas and Easter and all these wicked holy days, man, these wicked holidays.
And that they should not err in their minds when they see the image of silver and gold.
Right, man.
With their ornaments.
There you go, man. That's it right there, man. That's the spirit, man. Read verse 2 again, man.
2 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 2. And how that the prophet having given them the law, charged them not to forget the commandments of the Most High, and that they should not err in their minds.
Right, man, that we should not err in our minds. Go ahead.
When they see image of silver and gold with their ornaments.
When they see image of silver and gold with their ornaments, man, because that's how they done it in the ancient, man. They was decking that tree with real silver and gold, man. You know? But we know you ain't gonna do it that way. Because the so-called white man, he got all the silver and gold now, man. He know that's real riches, man. You know, that's real resources, man. So what did he do now? He still got us celebrating the day, man. But now he got his little silver and gold replacements, man. What you decorate the tree with now, man. The ornaments, man. Go ahead. We're gonna read down, but you gonna be saying something.
Yeah. What offense did we bring up?
Bro. What's up, man? You're an Israelite, bro. You don't know nothing else, know that, man. We ain't no African Americans, man. We ain't black. We the chosen people. See, the Israelites, man, we the chosen people of the Lord, man. You got to know that, man. That's why they plot to keep us at the bottom, man. But the Lord finna restore us, man, give us our kingdom, man. So you just know that, man. Go ahead, bro.
All right, verse 3. And with others such speech as hoarded he them, that the law should not depart from their hearts.
Right, man. So we got to start back keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Go ahead, bro.
It was also contained in the same rite that the prophets, being warned of the Most High, commanded the tabernacles and the ark to go with him as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of the Most High.
Right, man. Go ahead. Right, so we're going to read down. You had a precept.
Yeah, the
precept. We're going to read down on this. Right, man, so this is what we back out here to do, man, because the churches, like I said, even in the church, they tell you the law is done away with now, man. Which that's a lie, man. That is a lie, man. No, we not justified by the law. No, we not saved by the law, man. But we still got to keep these laws. And what does that mean? All they're saying is, once you break one part of the law, what you gonna do, man? Because just by the clothes we got on is breaking the law, man. You ain't supposed to wear mixed fabric, man. So we gonna break the law until the Lord, until we come out of this captivity, man. But we gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, man. Can't live like no wild, savage beast, man. And expect the Lord to have grace on you, man. Go ahead,
all right. This is Romans chapter 8.
With the Israelites, man. Muslims are made. Hey, come back, bro. Go ahead, See, there you go, right there, man. The Muslim, man. You know, a Muslim, man. That's consent to a religion of the heathens, man. We made that up and gave that to the heathens, man, to try to take land back from them, man. You know, go ahead,
All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse 4.
And what proved that for you Muslims, man, when you go to Surah 2, verse 122, what does it say, man? Why would that be in there, man? That prove to you that the Israelites wrote that book just to kind of put them Arabs in subjection, man. Because the Quran always say the children of Israel are the people whom the Lord chose above everybody. Hear ye them. That's what Surah 2:1 and 22 say. Why would that be in there? That prove that our people wrote that book and just used that. You know, they give the Arabs something to believe in, but they had in there to reiterate, look, you put in their mind that these people still above y'all. You know what I'm saying? That scripture alone proved it, man. Go ahead.
All right. It's the book of Romans, chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse 4, but the meat is 7. That the righteousness of the law may be fulfilled in us.
All right, what one say, y'all?
There's now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach, walk not after the flesh. I just want to bring that to prove about I was telling our people they shouldn't be keeping Christmas. Now the prophet say, you know, you got to keep this in your mind, keep the commandments in your mind at all times.
Start at verse 1.
All right, come. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
So guess what? If you walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit, you're gonna be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
Because the law, statutes, and commandments teach you not to walk after the flesh. But all Paul was reiterating when he went to them was, first and foremost, you got to believe in who the world called Jesus Christ, man, which his true name is Yahushua. He was reiterating to them, look, you got to believe in him, man. And then you start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And when you do slip up, he shedded that blood so that we can be adopted back as children, man. So that we can receive grace when we do break the law, man. Go ahead, bro.
Another thing, a lot of Christians tell you that Christ came to break the law and give you grace. But Christ even told you himself that he came to fulfill the law. He did not come to break, but to fulfill the law. That's right.
All right, verse 2. For the law of the Spirit of life is Yahushua, have made me free from the law of sin and death.
Right. Which he give us that grace, man. Because what's the wages of sin? Death, man. You know? So and what's sin? The transgression of the law, man. So that's what Paul was letting them know. Look, you've been broke the laws, and you ain't gonna keep them perfectly. So your only way back is to accept Yahushua, man. But then after that, now you establish the law, man.
That's right.
You know, go ahead.
Romans 8, verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sent his Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
See, so what the law cannot do, which we're going to get there, get Hebrews 10, we're going to come right back to that. We're going to get the precept for what the law could not do, man. You know, go ahead.
Say
Hebrews 10, start at 1.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 1. For the law having a shadow of good things to come.
See, for the law having a shadow of the things to come, man. Go ahead.
And not the very image of things can never with those sacrifices which they offer year by year.
Right.
Continually make the corners thereunto perfect.
Right, man. So when they was offering the sacrifices for our sins, they wasn't, like I said, it wasn't making us perfect, man. It wasn't making us complete, man.
Right.
Go ahead,
But then would they not have ceased to be offered?
See, folks, so if that was making us perfect, that wouldn't have been ceased off. We'll still be doing the sacrificial part of the law right now, man. That's why I say read verse 1 again.
All right, come. It's back in Hebrews 10 and 1. For the law having a shadow of good things to come.
And what's that shadow of good things to come, man? Yahushua coming, man. The Lord just put in our mind, sacrifice had to be made for your sins, man. But that's why you had the whole setup of the tabernacle and the Ark of the Covenant. You had the mercy seat there and all that, man. Go ahead, bro.
And not the very image of the thing can never, with those sacrifices which they offer year by year, continually making the corners thereunto perfect. For then would they not have ceased to be offering, because that the worshippers once purged should have had no more conscience of sin.
Right, man. Get Matthew 5 and 17 right quick. We're gonna go right back to that though, because we're gonna go into the scripture you quoted. Because that's what Yahweh Shai meant, man. That's what he was talking about, man. He coming, he came to fulfill, man. This the part of the law he came to fulfill, man. That's why the veil, when they did crucify the Lord, man, he gave up the ghost. That's why you had the veil of the temple was rented, man. Because the part of that you know where the holies of holies was, where they offered the sacrifices on the priest can do it. That's why the veil of the temple was rented, man, because that part of the law was over with then. That's the part of the law he came to fulfill, man.
And of the sacrifice.
Come.
Alright. This is the book of Matthew, St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. This is in red, the Lord is speaking. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophet.
Right, man. So, what up, bro? So the Lord said, think not that he came to destroy the law of the prophets, man. So for our people,
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
We just rolling through the spirit, but it's been on how it's been going on how it started off with when the Greeks started to rule under Alexander and his generals came in, how they plot, you know, how they came up with a law to where they made the whole land basically.
Stop keeping the commandments.
Yeah.
Stop keeping the commandments and stop celebrating holy days. So that's when we started with, when we bring it out. It all started back then, but our people are continuing doing it right now. You know, then celebrating last month, this month. Hey, I'm in the background. All right, bro. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophet. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right, so the Lord, man, who the world called Jesus Christ, man, he said he didn't come to destroy the law, but he came to fulfill, man. And the part of the law he came to fulfill was it took away the sacrificial part of the law, man.
That's right.
He was the ultimate sacrifice for the sins of the nation of Israel and nobody else, man. Go ahead.
All right. For verily I say unto you, to heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law to all be fulfilled.
Right, man. It said heaven and earth shall pass, man. If one jot or one tittle shall pass away from the law to all be fulfilled. What's that talking about? What's that one jot and one tittle that passed away from the law? The sacrifice, the animal sacrifice, man, for our sins, man. That's why I say to all be fulfilled. What was to be fulfilled? The Lord being the ultimate sacrifice, man. Go ahead, bro.
Right, God. Verse 19, if you go into it. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So if your pastor telling you you don't got to keep these laws, the law done away with, he got the least chance of making it, man, into the kingdom of heaven, man. Right. And then when the kingdom of heaven is set up, he going to be the least in there, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, he got the greatest chance of making it, man.
That's right.
Right, man, because, go ahead, dog. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go back, we'll go back to Hebrew.
I'm going to read verse 20.
Okay.
Verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees.
So except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness, who the modern day scribes and Pharisees? Your preachers, man.
That's right.
Your preachers, man. Go ahead, bro.
Ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You should in no case enter into the kingdom, man. You gonna die on this side if you keep listening to these pastors, man. Right. Which what they saying don't line up with the Bible, man. Everything we say out here, we gonna go to a scripture in this Bible to prove it, man. Proving these ain't our own words and this ain't our own understanding, man. Cause we'll take one scripture and go to 4 or 3 other more or however many other more and prove it and prove that this, you go and link them up and scripture after scripture saying the same thing, man.
Right.
Go ahead, I'll go be back in Hebrews.
And then also too, you know, hey, they'll have a Christmas tree up in the church.
Come.
That's crazy.
Had a Christmas program, man. Had an Easter program. Had kids on Easter egg hunting, man.
Right.
The common sense will tell you what does Easter have to do with the Lord being resurrected? A bunny don't lay eggs, man. So ask yourself what that's all about, man. They'll say you celebrating this. They say you celebrating Christmas. What does the tree got to do with the Lord, man? Putting gifts under the tree. Okay, now you celebrating, they got something called Good Friday, man. Well, it's supposed to be when the Lord died, man. And then you got Easter Sunday, supposed to be when he's resurrected. But then they got an Easter bunny laying eggs. What that got to do with the Lord being resurrected, man? Common sense will show you this ain't right, man. Just by looking at that common sense, man, of what a tree got to do with the Lord and what a bunny laying eggs have to do with the Lord, man.
I got it. It's back in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 2. For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that the worshiper once purged could have had no more conscience of sin. But in those sacrifices there is a remembrance again made of sin every year. For it is not possible that the blood of bull and of goat should take away sin.
Right, man. So that's why I started off saying this was a shadow of things to come, man, which is going to keep going into what it's talking about, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he said, sacrifice and offerings thou wouldest not.
So there you go, man. Sacrifice and offerings I wouldest not, man. Go ahead.
But a body have thou prepared me.
Right, man. So the body been prepared, man. It was just time for the Lord to go and come and fulfill his mission, man. Go ahead.
And burnt offerings and sacrifice for sin, thou hast no pleasure.
Right, man. The Lord ain't had no pleasure in that, man. He was just putting in your mind, sacrifice had to be made for your sin. He was putting that in our mind, man. Go ahead.
Then say I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me.
Come.
To do the will of the Most High.
Right, man. Go ahead.
Above, when he said, sacrifice and offerings, and burnt offerings, and offerings for sin, thou wouldest not, neither has thy pleasure therein, which are offered by the law.
Right. So this the part of the law the Lord came to fulfill, man. But that's why that's why the scriptures, that's why if you truly understand the scriptures, man, when the Lord told Daniel, run to and fro, the knowledge shall be increased. So from the beginning of Genesis all the way to Revelation, all you were seeing was knowledge being increased. And then you got the prophets came, you know what I'm saying? Then you had the prophets was always there, but then the Lord came, you know what I'm saying? He broke the seals of the book, and now the full understanding was starting to come out then, man. So then you had the Acts of the Apostles, and this what we read now. And this was now, they break now, the Lord through the Spirit, he put that Holy Spirit on them. Now they was looking back into what you call the Old Testament, or the law and the prophets. And now they were breaking it down better now. And this was Paul doing. So Paul started to understand that we write, they say Paul may have wrote the book of Hebrews, whoever wrote it, which is sound like Paul, man, which through the Spirit, man, it gotta be Paul, because Paul, like I said, A lot of stuff. Paul had that heavy spirit on him, man. But why? Paul was a Pharisee, man. What Paul said, I was a Pharisee of a Pharisee, man. And he run it. So all he did was study the law and the prophets, man. So when the Lord finally woke him up, now all he doing is like, okay, all this written in the old. So now all he was doing was breaking it down to the different churches now, like getting in their mind, like, look, this was in here, you gotta accept the Lord. That's what the Hebrews going into, man. That's what he going into right here, man. You gonna say something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, piggyback what you said about Paul. Yeah, the only error Paul really had, he just didn't have the understanding that Yahweh Shai was the Hamashiach. That's the only error he had. But once it was made known to him that Yahweh Shai that was crucified, buried, and rose was the Hamashiach, he went for the border then, you know. And that's what the argument of the church was against Yahweh Shai. They didn't believe that he was the Hamashiach.
And the reason why a lot of our people don't understand, which a lot of them end up turning to the Lord.
That's right.
You had the leaders was lying about what the men was teaching, man. They were lying, saying the prophets, like when they stoned Stephen, they lied on Stephen, man.
That's right.
Talking about he was speaking against the laws of Moses and all that, man.
Right.
You know, like they do today, man. They're allowing men of the Lord saying we saying this and that, but then when you listen to the message, all we doing is coming out of the Bible, man.
That's right.
We believe in the whole book, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's right. Good. All right. This is verse 9. Book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 9. Then say he, lo, I come to do the will of the Most High. He takes away the first, that he may establish the second.
Right, man. Go ahead. So this the part, that one jot and one tittle that was taken away, man. Everything else still staying, man. Go ahead, bro.
By the which will we are sanctified through the offering of the body of the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, once and for all.
Right, man. Go ahead.
And every priest standeth daily, ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifice, which can never take away sin.
There you go, man. So that was the shadow of things to come. He was just putting in our mind, sacrifice had to be made for sin. It was never taking away no sin, man.
But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sin forever, sat down on the right hand of the Most High.
So this what Yahweh Shai came to fulfill. So when it say, until all be fulfilled. So don't try to use that where he say, okay, one jot or one tittle ain't gonna pass until all be fulfilled. So then when he died for the sacrifice, when he sacrificed himself for the sins of the nation of Israel, when he gave himself up for that offering, then the law was taken away. Now that all was to be fulfilled was going into what we read now, man. Right, man. So what our people have to understand is, man, the law was never done away with, man. You know, the law was never done away with, man. So stop listening to your pastor, man. He being taught, he only teaching where he was taught in the seminary school, man. But when you read this book for yourself, you understand he don't even understand the book, man. He going by exactly what he was taught, man. Whatever your pastor say, need to line up with what this scripture say, man. And I'm going to get a scripture on that, man. Isaiah 8:20, man. To the law and to the testimony.